All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm back at it with another one, and I want to thank you for taking the time to check me out. So, here's something that I wanted to talk about because I saw a lot of questions about it, where people were asking, "Can neighbors park in front of your house?" And it's interesting to me because, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know the answer to it, and it was something that I thought was, I don't know, common knowledge. But the answer is yes, they can park in front of your house. But we've seen a lot of disputes that come about when it comes to people parking in front of other people's houses. And the thing is that public roadways are just that, public. Nobody has the right to reserve parking in front of their house. And yeah, it might be inconvenient for you because you want to have easy access to your home, and you may have a few vehicles, and depending on if you got a garage or not, you may have to park on the street, right? So we like that convenience, but you got to understand that you don't own the street in front of your house. So here's a video that I wanted to kind of share, coming in from It's Groovy Baby. I'm not sure where he's located, but it shows his neighbor being upset, um, that he's parking in front of his house, and he called the police. And the thing is, at a particular point, it becomes harassment, especially since the guy started leaving like notes on his vehicle, and even property damage, to where the guy was um, letting chocolate melt on his car, putting chocolate on his car to let it melt. He found scratches on his vehicles. And again, he called the police because he was upset that the guy was parking in front of his house. So I'm gonna load this up real quick. Let me see if I can get it going. Here we
They
go.
don't want to come the fuck outside when I ring the doorbell. Like, come knock on my door. If you got something to say, come knock on my door. I'm gonna tell him don't say shit to her. I'm gonna tell him don't say shit to her. What?
I just tell you the truth, you know.
Don't say nothing to her.
I said I wanted to get it over to you. I just said the doorbell doesn't work. That's all I said. That's all I said. The doorbell doesn't work.
All right.
I didn't say anything bad. I never said a bad thing.
I ain't say you did say a bad
Well,
thing.
let's get it over with.
The only thing I got a problem with, if you gonna tell me not to park up there, then this is where I'm gonna park. So
Park right there.
don't tell me where to park.
That's no parking.
Don't okay then. So I'm gonna park here because it's parking here. Don't tell me where to park. Don't tell me where to park. It ain't none of your business up there. It ain't been a problem. You the only motherfucker got a problem with it. So either
No language. Please.
don't tell me what to say. I'm a fucking grown man. Don't tell me what to say. If you got a problem with me parking over there, then I'm going to park here. So either you leave me the fuck alone at my house, or this is where I'm going to be. That's the only options you got.
Can you move over a little bit?
Move over where?
Move your stuff over.
Don't worry about. Do you even live on that street? You don't even live on that street.
I have to come down there.
Is it in your way? Is the car in your way? Is the car or the cars in your way?
I come down. Worried about
Are they in your way?
I'm worried about hitting.
How the fuck can you hit that? But the buses can get past. I talked to all the bus drivers. They don't have a problem. You are
Okay.
the only problem. I ain't shaking your hand. You the only person that got a problem with it. You called the police on me.
Okay.
You could have just came and knocked on my door. When you wrote on my window, that was disrespectful. I live right there. You couldn't have came and knocked on my door, but you want to call the police on me. So I'm going to park here where it's legal.
Okay. I'm not saying anything wrong with you.
So okay. So the guy, he's already in the wrong. He wrote on the guy's vehicle, right? The first thing is, you don't touch anybody's property, right? So he could be upset all he want, because the guy, parked in front of his house. But the moment that he went out there and rode on the guy's car, that's it's vandalism. You vandalizing somebody else's property, which is parked on a public roadway. Um, so again, just from looking at the situation, is that you don't own the street in front of your house. You can't tell people where they can and where they cannot park. You know, if there's no what's that, like no parking signs there, then you know people can park, you know, in front of your house shit all day if they wanted to. And see, my thing is, this shouldn't even be an issue unless you got a vehicle that's been there and hasn't been moved for an extended period of time. Because I believe that in some places there's a like a 72-hour ordinance that states that it's unlawful to abandon or park a vehicle on the street for more than 72 consecutive hours. But when you know it's somebody that lives there in that neighborhood or somebody that's visiting somebody that's living in that neighborhood, there's no need to try to make something out of nothing, right? You know, people just need to stop being so petty and mind their own business. You can't tell somebody not to park in front of your house, right? Now, if they're blocking your mailbox or your driveway, then that's a different story. But let me see. I'm going to see what else is on this video.
You got a problem with where I park, which it ain't got nothing to do with you. So I'm going to park here and here.
Move your thing over and you're off the street a little bit.
Don't tell me where to move. Don't tell me. You can drive down just fine. If the bus can make it past, then you can make it past.
You won't be able to park here anymore.
If the bus can make it past, you can make it past. You'll do what? Your car can't park both spots. I'll park in both. I'll go buy another car and sit it there. Don't fuck with me. I just wanted to park my car, but you wanted to be all in my business up there, so now I'm in yours. That's all there is to it.
Hey, let me ask you an honest question.
What?
When you're up and you get hit,
I got insurance. I've been parking there and it ain't been hit.
Go ahead. Go park there.
I don't allow to listen to you. I'll park there when I want to.
I said you can go park.
What the fuck you mean you said? You're not the fucking boss.
No, I'm just saying go ahead. I'm saying nice. I'm trying to be nice.
No, you're trying to tell me what I can and can't do.
I'm trying to be good to you.
You don't gotta be good to me. I don't need you to be good to me. I go to work, I pay my own fucking bills. I don't need nothing from you. All I need from you is to mind your business, which you should have done. And since you don't want to mind your business, now you gotta deal with me. Simple as that.
Go and park up everything wrong.
Don't tell me what to do. I can park wherever I want to.
You're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
I can park right, but I'm right there. I'm right, and you're mad that I'm right. I can park there all I want. It's legal as fuck, and you're mad about that.
I'm gonna have a finger. You won't be able to park there no more.
What the fuck you gonna put there? You can't park there.
I'm gonna have a sign.
What you gonna put a sign there, and then what? Then that means you can't park there. I don't give a fuck.
Just me.
What the fuck you mean, just you? You gonna get a fucking junior parking spot?
I'm gonna get parking from the state. I'm getting one from the state.
What you gonna get, a handicap parking spot?
I'm gonna get a park there.
What you gonna get, a handicap sticker?
No. Okay, I'll be parked there.
You can't get a personal fucking parking spot.
I'm gonna get. Just find out. Find out what I can get.
All right, well then I'm gonna be there until you do that then. How about that shit? How about that shit? How about that shit? I'm gonna be parked right in front of your house until you get whatever fucking special fucking thing you think. Fuck out of here, yo.
All right, yeah. So, like dude was saying, man, it's best to mind your own business, man. He's parked there legally, and there's nothing that he can do about it. You know what I mean? You can't tell someone not to park in front of your house, right? And like I was saying before, is that it's not an issue unless they're blocking your driveway or your mailbox. That's a different story. I've experienced that before where there was a former neighbor of mine who he parked in front of my mailbox. Now it wasn't directly parked in front of the mailbox with his car, but he was parked close enough to where the mailman couldn't maneuver his mail truck to put the mail inside my box, because we lived in a cul-de-sac, you know what I mean? So, and the mailman, he saw me and wanted to know if it was my car. And I told him, no, it's not my car. It's my neighbor's car. And so, the mailman, the mailman talked to him about it, and it stopped for maybe a few months, and then the dude was right back at it. So he knew what he was doing. And fortunately for me, I was in the process of moving, so I didn't have to deal with it. You know what I mean? And I was able to kind of move, and nothing really escalated. Um, but I think his whole issue was that I used to pay him uh, to cut my front yard and everything. And once I got my own equipment, I didn't need his services anymore. But anyway, this whole I don't want anybody parking in front of my house thing. I think it's so ridiculous and trivial. Um, I'm sure there are other things, other important things that we can focus on. But whatever you do, you don't want to get yourself caught up in a situation to where you're damaging other people's property, all because you're mad that they parked in front of your house. Because if you do, you're gonna be in the wrong, and you're gonna find yourself in some legal trouble. Just like in that situation where the guy, you know, wrote on his window. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know if he got in some kind of legal trouble or if he got caught, but you're in the wrong if you're going out and you're vandalizing, because that's what it is. It's vandalism. You're vandalizing somebody else's property that's parked on a public roadway. Um, and if you're in like real need, of that space in front of your house, then just talk to your neighbors about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe explain to them, your situation. I don't know. And maybe they might be willing to accommodate you, but there's nothing that you can do, nothing that you can do legally to stop them from parking in front of your house. And that's the thing too, that most people don't, talk to their neighbors. They don't know their neighbors. Not saying that you got to be on a first name basis with them. I mean, it would be cool if you were, but instead of talking, some people would rather call the police, um, and get into these, pissing matches over a public roadway that doesn't belong to them. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that the next time you decide to get all upset or butthurt about somebody parking in front of your house. Ask yourself if that battle is worth the time, energy, and effort. Is it annoying? Yeah, it's annoying. It's inconvenient. You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you can do about it? No, you know? So some things you just kind of got to let go of. And, because the last thing that you want to do is find yourself in some type of altercation where um, things escalate and somebody gets injured or worse. I've seen those stories, and I'm pretty sure you've seen those stories where people get into these, full blown brawls and everything over parking spaces. It's all about who parked in front of my house, and I didn't want them parking in front of my house. And again, it's just not worth it, especially if you have to live there. Not saying that you got to be afraid, but you definitely, want to, exercise a bit of caution when it comes to choosing your battles and choosing the battles that you get involved in. So, just a little something, a little reminder that I wanted to kind of share. I know it's getting hot outside, things heating up. People are gonna start acting crazy, and we got to kind of work, to kind of take care of each other, in these neighborhoods and communities that we live in. Like I said, we have to live around each other, and I think it's best that we find a way to, be able to kind of communicate without, getting into these full blown arguments over just petty stuff like somebody parking in front of your house. So let me know what you think. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.